So I was taking a shit this morning.
Great start.
Yeah. I just remembered of a story that happened in my childhood. When
Shit was that bad that you remembered your childhood.
No, it was that good.
Oh, it was
Because it
that
put
good.
me into a laughter and the shit just flew up.
Okay, all right. Excellent. Graphic start. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's going to be a problem for any...
That's not. It's natural. Everyone takes it.
Everyone takes
And
a
do you
shit.
know why dogs take shit so quick? And not like us humans that are on toilets for 10 minutes?
Is it danger?
No.
No? Why?
It's good digestive system and good digestive tract. Like their insides are good, like well oiled, well lubed. Like if you shit, like as soon as you sit on the toilet, you need to come out. It needs to come out in the next 2-3 minutes. That's it.
Does that also apply? Because I don't know if that's biology with just dogs, or if it's would that be the same thing with like stray dogs, for example, where their diet's fucked, or is it?
Possible.
Tell me more about dog shit.
I don't know much about it. That was just a comparison. But I'm saying everyone takes a shit. So like it did right now, it put us in a good mood. So this happened when I was maybe 13.
13, yeah.
So I was like in year 9, and in our school goes up to year 10.
Hang on, 13 is year 8. So unless you're either one of the dumb kids where you were kept back with everyone else because you weren't smart enough, you big dumb.
What was that?
Yeah, 13 is year 8. Unless it's different in India, in which case I retract my statement.
No, I think that's right.
Is it?
Because we got 2 years before like kindergarten, like senior, junior.
No, I fucked that up. I'm the big dumb because I said 13 and that's too young, but it's I meant too old and completely shifted everything around. That is why you're confused. Carry on.
Yeah, because right now the math is no mathin'.
No, it's not. And I did fuck up.
Yeah,
that's my bad.
But anyway, in year 10, our school takes us on a holiday to Goa.
Yeah.
And the teachers go with the students, and it's completely optional. Either you go or you don't go. You gotta pay a bit if you want to go. Obviously, it's all paid for. Once you pay the fees, obviously. And all the nerds stay back, but all the guys are into sport and they like to fuck around. Everybody goes on this trip.
Okay.
So the reason we didn't get to go on this fucking trip is because of fucking my mates from the previous year who were in year 10, the year above us. The year before, these guys went on a trip to Goa and heaps of shit went down. These guys got drunk, underage drinking. They came drunk to the hotel, thrown up everywhere in the lobby.
That's a basic requirement.
The teachers took them fucking back to their room. Teachers.
Yeah.
Not even parents, so... But our PE teacher was like this really short but like buff guy, probably one third more wider than me.
What I'll do is I'll just picture Joe Rogan.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Good comparison, bro. Yeah. So, and the trip to Goa by train, it was like an overnight train. So at night they give us like blankets, and because we're so many students in the class, there's like 60 of us in the class, and there's 5 divisions for the same year level. It goes from A to F, so that's a lot of students. So we take up almost 2 carriages in the whole train, but the way it's split up, it's like a half of one carriage, a middle carriage, and the second half.
Is this detail important?
Yeah.
Well then, let's go.
Yeah.
Either ramp up your energy or get to the fucking point.
No, this is interesting because
well, get to the interesting part then, man.
We go overnight.
Okay.
And this train's stopping by. Yeah.
Yep.
This station. People get on this train. It's ticketed entry. But people get on for the purpose of stealing. Theft. They just get on, ransack, and leave, dip the next station.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
You know what? That's actually, I admire the
because this is a third world country. You fuckers forget that. I grew up in India.
No, listen, okay? It's not even about what type of country you're in. Imagine you're robbing a bank, but the bank moves. You don't have to. Your getaway plan is the bank fucks off. Smaller scale, that's essentially what that is. If you're going to rob a train, the train's going to leave. Your getaway is the venue moving.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I'm going to rob a train.
Basically.
Carry on.
So, middle of the night, we just hear these loud noises and like commotion in the next carriage, and we're on the fucking far end. We hear from the middle carriage. There's no lights at night. They shut off the lights. We're walking through the entire carriage, middle class. It's all us, the middle carriage. Everyone's wondering what's going on because it's 2 a.m. Everyone's asleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some of us, we hear the noise, wake up. We're like, go ahead. The next fucking carriage, the lights on. and this cunt's just getting whacked, bro. So some guy came to fucking steal from one of the bags that belonged to the PE teacher.
Yeah.
And he kept his bag right next to him. And that cunt tried to steal his bag, but the PE teacher's blankets were on, so this cunt didn't realize how big he was.
Yeah.
This cunt took off the blanket, grabbed him, and just started... We rock up, this cunt's just punching him, bro.
Jeez. I mean, like, you're gonna...
He bashes him for like 10 minutes, and then someone rocks up, like one of the authorities, and he's like, what's going on? He's like, no, this cunt just tried to fucking steal. And
it's like, oh,
it's handled.
No, like, that's like, if it's as
it was
common,
basically handled.
Yeah. If it's as common as I'm led to believe, it's been handled.
That's it.
It's
no
fucking,
problem, officer.
So how did taking
Enjoy
a
your
shit,
night.
How did taking a shit remind you of this?
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm
I
glad.
have no idea.
You just like,
but I'm glad it did.
yeah. Nah, good. Well, thanks for sharing both stories. Fuck, man. Actually, on the way here, you were telling me about what was happening with Burning Man, and I was like, hey, fucking stop. Save it for the podcast, because I want to know... Basically, it's not live, but I want to record knowing, or like learning. So, by all means, tell me, what the fuck happened to Burning Man? Like, you know I've been interested in, like, this sort of realm of life. Burning Man was on my list. And now you tell me
it was on my list too.
Yeah, and you tell me it's
what
fucking
about,
over? Like,
what I'm about to tell you, for you, it's definitely over.
Yeah.
Even for me.
It's over. It's just over.
Yeah.
But, like,
so
what happened?
So right now, there's one thing that's in the news where there's like rains and floods. People can't get out. The area, it's a desert. The entire area turned into quicksand.
See,
basically,
I hear
mud.
flood in the desert, and I think biblical plague. That's not supposed to happen. Like, why the fuck is there a flood in the desert?
No, there's because everything sinks, bro. Like kind of bit, it gets like mushy.
Yeah.
So people's feet are like stuck in ankle deep, just mud and muck.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty. So people put like trash bags on their feet to more like surface area, easy to walk. Cars can't get out of there, so people can't leave. You're basically trapped in the middle of fucking butt nowhere.
One of the creators that Daz and I follows got stranded at Burning Man, and they were vlogging it. I didn't see any of it, but I saved the videos to like my watch later, just to watch later. Yeah. And I don't know, I just never got around to it, but I didn't realize that it was because the terrain literally became quicksand. Is there more?
No, not actual quicksand, but it became similar to...
Yeah.
You know who else was there?
Who?
Diplo, and I think Chris Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
So obviously they're too big to get stranded. They
they had to walk a bit.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Not walking a little bit as a celebrity.
Oh my god,
fuck, man. I thought that when you get famous, that's it. You don't have to
get
walk
airlifted.
Anywhere. Exactly. You get airlifted.
From the Mariana Trench.
Yeah, like...
A submarine comes attached with the helicopter.
I have to change my goals now. Like, my goal was to never walk around anywhere. Like, become famous and then just get transported everywhere. But now you're telling me that that's
impossible.
It's impossible. Shit. All right. Well, thank you for letting me know.
But this... So Fire Festival, it wasn't always. So it always had the
Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, Fire Festival. That's spoilers.
To be continued.
Yeah, it will be
Burning Man.
Next episode, not next episode. Anyway, Burning Man.
Yeah. So it initially originated as a fucking hippie psychedelic festival, but it always had the theme of sufficient. So everyone brings stuff that they need for the week-long festival and like more to share with the neighbors and everything else.
That's exactly what I've heard. So Schultz and his crew went to the last Burning Man, and they one of their podcasts on the whole ordeal that might be one of the better episodes of Flagrant. Their podcast. They do a whole, I guess, like detailed recount. It was like 6 of them. I can't remember if it was a broken ankle. Akash, like.
That guy.
Fucked up. Yeah, that guy. He got fucked up right at the start of the trip, and like couldn't participate in the most events. So he was pretty much out of the story for most of it, which meant that he wasn't talking during the podcast, which made it a little bit better. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But definitely check that out. High recommendation, especially.
I didn't know his crew went to fucking Burning Man.
Yeah, well,
it's probably first time as well.
That's also where I learned the most about it, like what the festival is, like what things happen on there, the whole nature of it, like the very fact that it just becomes not a commune. They like take out the societal norms of exchange money for goods and services. It's literally trading. Like it takes out the evil capitalism of everything, and then it's just community. Like that's the important part about Burning Man. I heard that and I was like, man, that's like if you get a community of people together like that regularly, like that could be world changing. And the people that need places like Burning Man will never go there, which is a fucking shame. But
also people at Burning Man are fucked up.
Well, yeah, that too. But like that's part of the nature of the whole. It's essentially a Mad Max-esque wasteland, more or less. Like, it's you bring what you have, and then
they construct it. It's like almost an entire city in the middle of a desert, basically.
Right,
and
like a pop-up city.
Yeah,
sort of. Okay.
Yeah. So the artists themselves come as like attendees, and they build stuff during the duration. So it starts as nothing. So it starts from something like
and then
people,
it just
attendees,
like,
it just grows. I saw a time lapse of the fucking thing. I don't know what
I fucking told you to put that on silent.
I don't know what fucking things are still coming through.
Well,
but
fix it. No. I'm gonna hold you up on conversation until you fix it. No. Because I'll call out a previous guest, Zach. Once answered the phone on the podcast.
Really?
And I was like, bro, what are you fucking doing?
God.
Unbelievable.
Disrespectful
indeed. Please carry on with your silent phone.
That's off now, so fuck that.
Yeah, good.
But interrupting me as well. Where was I?
The nature of Burning Man is like the place.
I saw a time lapse of the recent Burning Man that just happened. So it started off as like few cars, few tents going up, and you'd be like, yeah, what's going on? And then you see the final result, and there's a lot. And it was almost like a 280 full circle shaped, like a 280 degree.
What, like a semicircle?
Yeah. 280 degree.
280 is so 180 is 280. So
180 is semicircle.
180 is semicircle. Just a little bit
bigger.
Yeah,
exactly. So, and there was like a curve, and there was like structures and stuff in the middle. Looked pretty cool as well. But when I heard about this place ages ago, I wanted to go with like this one of the chicks I was seeing as well at the time. So we were like, all right, we should definitely have to go to Burning Man. But right now, it's not fucking a festival.
Yeah, so
it started off as a fucking hippie psychedelic festival.
Yeah.
Self-sufficient, whatever.
So what's it become now then? Because it sounded exactly like that from the last year.
Exactly.
So what happened this year?
No. I don't know if it's just this year only or if this happened a few years ago. No one noticed because no one really talks about this shit. If you go on the Burning Man Festival wiki fucking festival wiki page, it will tell you it's not a festival. It's like a community event or some shit. And
I almost like that description a little bit better. Like, because even without knowing that, that's how I would have described it.
I don't know if I'm saying the right words, community event, but it was worded something like everyone expected festival because that's what it's promoted as. But apparently it's not. It's just the people who want to perform will perform and will do stuff, and that's it.
And then what is there any organization? Is it just people showing up? What?
I fucking don't know. Because it's not apparently organized. It wasn't this year.
That really sucks. But I do think our generation likes doing reboots and remakes. There will be a Burning Man 2 eventually by the time it go. Like you or I could end up going. I wouldn't say that it's completely over, especially considering the fact that it's lasted for so long.
There's a one which you and I should go to instead of that one.
Okay.
Boom Festival, Portugal. That just happened recently.
Okay, what's that?
If people are interested into psytrance, psychedelic music, it is like a week-long actual festival.
Okay.
In the middle of nowhere, beautiful structures, actual arts, events, yoga, fucking seminars. At the one I went to recently had a moonlit cinema.
So here's the thing, right? You know that I'm like dipping my toes into festivals.
I do.
Easing my way in. Yeah. I do look like the way you've pitched it, it does appeal to me, but I'm yet to actually make up my mind.
No, it's like on a fairly near distant future, like after a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not like anytime soon, because that's a big
no,
one.
I don't think it's... No, don't get me wrong.
No,
I don't think it's anytime soon. It's just more like I'm still learning, effectively. Yeah, and my learning is going to take a while. Yeah, because it's proper... No, I don't want to say experimentation. It's proper research. I like to be thorough with everything. And I like to know random facts as well. Yeah,
like
there was
myself.
One... Yeah. Well, okay. I'll see if I can think of a random fact while you're talking, and I'll pretend to pay attention while that's happening. Please, carry on.
Because I immediately thought of a random fact, and you didn't.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, dolphins sleep with half their brain awake. Like you
Well, is it like if let me explain
it. Or... No, let me explain. So when humans sleep, we're completely unconscious, kind of. We're not subconscious. When dolphins sleep, they're half brain. They need to be aware because every breath they take is a conscious effort. So if they turn off their brain completely and go to sleep, they won't remind themselves to breathe, and they'll just die. So they're like... sleeping with one eye open, literally.
Did they have to evolve like that before it to happen, or is that how...
I don't know, but that's how it is in the present.
Shit.
How fucking interesting is that?
It actually is.
That every breath is a conscious effort. You and I are just doing this naturally.
Well, until you start thinking about breathing, and then suddenly it becomes... And then you end up in that loop.
But when you're asleep...
Exactly.
Dolphins can't do that. That's an interesting fact.
Smartest animal in the world, my ass.
And we want to go to Mars.
Yeah, I fucking
having
know, right?
Conquered the oceans, want to go to Mars.
Dude, I thought Mars was a lot more within the wheelhouse a couple of years ago.
What do you think we're gonna find once the fucking polar ice caps and all those mountains melt, bro? Deep down in the oceans.
So there are investigations, I guess, that under the ice caps are like the first pyramids. So like I think there'll be some sort of massive discovery. I think we touched on this last time. I can't remember if it was with you or someone else.
I think someone else.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we've spoken about this before.
So in Antarctica, apparently there are these massive ancient pyramids that predate even the ones in Egypt. So tourism and shit isn't really allowed there because they're preserving it. So it's only scientists and stuff, and there's very little information on it. But beneath all the ice are like pyramid type structures. So I reckon that could lead to further discoveries. It might be another ancient wonder of the world. Who fucking knows? But
there's good documentaries on it that I've watched.
Yeah.
That scientists have gone to Antarctica, come back, brainwashed, silenced, the whole project was silenced, no traces, there's shit like that.
That's the kind of shit that interests me. You know how when people say, hey, shut up, no talking, you just want to talk more? I think it's that sort of thing. Whenever I see anything being censored, I want to know. Dude, there's a book here's my fact. There's a whole series of like literature banned throughout the world for different reasons. One of the books in question is the Anarchist's Cookbook. It's literally just a guide to everything from like making bombs to drugs. I think there's some espionage sections in there, but it's like fully followable guides on any sort. Recipes for dynamite. I think I said that already. But you can essentially study to be a terrorist from this book. Not allowed in the country. If they find it at the airport, they'll confiscate it just from the title. Or like they'll see it. So people have to smuggle it in to get it. A fucking book. Like it's Nazi Germany.
Really?
Yeah. And there's different... It's like how you know how...
Is that with just our country or everywhere? Or most countries?
I know it's not everywhere, but I know for a fact Australia has banned it. So when I heard it was banned...
You tried to go?
Okay. No, I didn't try. I didn't actively try. I was curious if it was possible. I found a PDF online. It's fine because the internet's got everything.
Fuck.
So what?
Dumb motherfuckers.
Exactly. What's the purpose of banning a book? Yeah, it's like you can just find information everywhere. That's how great the internet is. Yeah, you can put anything out. You can find anything. It's a wasted effort. Yeah. Like, all the things that I listed are in this book. I can access from my phone. And anyone can do it. They just have to know where to look. It's fucked. So, I don't know. I'm sure there are other books banned. I'll have to remember the list. Because I did think it was an interesting topic to eventually bring up on the show. I just hadn't done enough research. And as you know, I like to be thorough.
Yeah.
So, what's happening then with like this year's disaster of Burning Man, like people getting stranded and all that shit. Like, are there people still stuck now?
I think that's done. People have gone. Done. It's completely done. But like traumatizing because people wanted to leave, and I think they were stuck for, I think more than 24 hours definitely, but if not like 48 hours.
Jeez.
But it was really bad. I've seen some footage, but
I want to see some footage too. Yeah, well, because it's like, what is it like? Footage today is so valuable. It's like, it's literally a perspective of,
and everyone's got footage. To be honest,
literally, dude. So like half
how many
my
of us are just on phones and taking videos and photos, especially at festivals?
Dude, even like
everyone.
beyond recreation,
everyone.
History books, the war in Ukraine. I'm watching it on TikTok. I've got Ukrainian and Russian soldiers. They're literally just like parachuting in, filming themselves, like chasing other soldiers with guns and shit through the jungle in their jeeps. Full actual war footage.
They steal body cam footage and then upload it. And that's
how it gets leaked. They might even just upload it themselves.
That's how it gets leaked.
Dude, there's a video I've got of a guy blasting "Welcome to the Jungle," and then on the beat drop, he just fires a rocket launcher at a tank. Ukraine versus recent. I watched it the day it happened. That shit that you cannot get from going to school, going to class, learning about it through pages, even on the internet. It's real, live. And because TikTok is a Chinese company, they don't have the same American censorship
guidelines. Yeah,
exactly. So there were riots in France.
Fuck it, everything goes.
Yeah, exactly. Riots in France, suppressed across Facebook, Instagram, all those companies. TikTok showed it all. That was the only place to find it. It was basically scrubbed from the internet and hidden because of whatever the nature of it was. And all you'd see is just like, French people rioting. What else was there?
But that sounds like a dope ass fucking war.
Oh, yeah, because it's a modern war too. Yeah, and modern wars, I think people thought they weren't going to happen after the invention of the nuclear bomb. Because like once you drop that, like that kills the zone, and it's all my bomb's bigger than your bomb, and there'll be no need for people fighting.
Everyone just dick measuring contest.
Yeah, and it's just, dude, even like
literally every fucking president.
Kids fighting in the schoolyard, dick measuring contest. Presidents fighting over countries, dick measuring contest. Literally, man in charge, dick measuring contest. That's why women should rule the world.
But then the biggest BBL wins and we're fucked.
Yeah. Dude, actually, I can't remember.
The dumbest bitch gets the fucking president.
Oh, man. Dude, I can't remember who said the joke where it's like, they said we can't have women leaders because instead of wars, it'd just be a bunch of countries not talking to each other. But it would be peaceful. It would solve it. It'd just be dinner party level of like pettiness and like slights and shit. But you know what?
But honestly, then the mother-in-law fucking instigates it.
Okay. All right. With that logic in mind, which country is the mother-in-law of Earth? Who do you reckon? Because I reckon, I don't know. China's a bit of an instigator. Like they're like, no, fuck you. We do things our way because it's that's how we've always done it, and we make the most money, and we're the best.
China, not Korea, bro.
I mean, I don't know. Is Korea smarter? I don't know. I'm not super knowledgeable. China?
100%.
China number one.
Not even close, bro.
So
how much knowledge do we have
of the mother-in-law of Earth? That's
how much knowledge do we have about China, about mother-in-law? Not much.
No, I mean life is
not
just
much.
So
how
different.
Much media gets leaked out of that? Not much.
Not much. That's true.
Not much.
That's because everything is
everything is fucking control, bro.
Yeah,
everything's control.
Okay.
What are you gonna do about it?
So
that's the mother-in-law.
So China's the okay. Now I'm with you on that point. 100%. China's the mother-in-law. Husband and wife. I reckon the US has got to be one of them. Who else is the big player? Oh, dude, Dubai is the rich uncle. 100%.
Yeah. We spoke about this last time. Dubai bowling on another fucking level.
Oh, dude.
No one comes close, bro.
Millionaires playground. They call it that because millionaires can go there and they just play with the money. Literal millionaires.
A fucking fan gifted one of the footballers a Rolex. A fan. Dude, gifted a Rolex to a fucking footballer.
Too much money playing around. Australia is the weird bogan cousin. That's who it is. Okay. Let's say.
See, we're brown. We didn't have a broken cousin.
Yeah.
So I'm glad.
Sweden is the weird woke younger sister who thinks they know everything, and then they're like the Lisa Simpson type, where they kind of do, but they're too young to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
I think that's Sweden. The UK, I reckon. The UK is the grandmother that used to like run everything.
And then the
Like,
queen
they
died. The
controlled
grandmother died.
And then the grandmother died. They left the
That's
EU.
it.
That's it. Okay. Who else? Canada has got to be another cousin. I want to say... How would you describe Canada? Canada is like
I heard Canada is super chill, man. I really want to visit Canada.
No, but they've got, like, they cracked down heaps on the laws of free speech. Like, you can't even misgender someone by accident without the possibility of being thrown into jail. That's what I heard from Joe Rogan. Therefore, it's fact.
Holy shit. Bro, Canada used to be super chill.
Yeah, dude. And then they found out
that
their
the
president
snowflakes
did
took over. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, all that shit with Trudeau as well. Like, it's... Dude, actually, there's a speech with him, and his full cadence and voice patterns are exactly like a speech in American Psycho with Christian Bale. Have you seen that movie?
Of course I have.
Okay. I'm just checking.
Yeah.
So, like, I'll play you a video after, and shot for shot, it's the same thing. It's like he's doing a parody, but it's just him naturally. Don't let me forget that. Okay?
Justin
Trudeau, American Psycho.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I want to think of more countries in this analogy. You got one?
What would you think of, like, third world countries like India and Pakistan, Bangladesh?
Well, I reckon... No, that's
they're all like they're all like pretty much sister countries. I don't know why people get offended if you like Scholar Sri Lankan.
All the Asian countries?
No. It's just these three.
Okay.
Because then you go Malaysia, Singapore, completely different. Singapore is way different. Have you been Singapore?
No, no. It was a connecting flight, but I never left the airport, and it was to go to the UK. So technically yes, but I wouldn't say yes.
Even the airport is one of the best airports in the world.
I was 12. I couldn't even roam around. And
no
look
cap.
for it
They've got like a butterfly garden.
Yeah.
Inside, bro, you can catch a train from one end to the other end of the airport. I'm not joking.
No, but like that's cool. Like,
it's big, it's massive, it's pretty, it's got everything you need. If you want, you can catch like a fucking 48-hour layover and just chill at the airport.
I feel like countries are really missing out from decking the fuck out of their airports, because that's the first thing that anyone sees. Like, they really, like, all countries should revamp their airports and make them fun. Okay, if you went to the US and there was a fucking roller coaster at the airport, absolutely, everyone's going on it. Even if it had like a 40% fatality rate.
You said roller coaster, yeah?
Yeah, roller coaster.
The reason I want to go to Dubai again is because they got a Ferrari world. So there's a roller coaster powered with a Ferrari engine.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I want to go to that fucking...
Be fastest in the world, surely. Yeah.
I think. I don't want to be 100... I don't want to say I know, but I think it should, technically. They could be faster, but it's got a Ferrari engine powering the fucking roller coaster.
I can't remember if it's the fastest or the tallest, but in the southern hemisphere. But there is a roller coaster it's in Queensland. I want to say Movie World.
It has to be Movie World because the other one is SeaWorld.
Yeah, Movie World, SeaWorld. Yeah. Okay, so Movie World. I think it's called. It's the DC Hypercoaster or something, and it is the like highest of its caliber. Just Tom wanted to go on it backwards. There's 2 seats at the end where they're just like, fuck it, strap in. And for some reason, they weren't doing it. And he was like genuinely supposed like, fine.
So you go backwards?
Yeah, you go backwards on the fastest or tallest. Or maybe it's both. I'm not even entirely sure. But I was with him when that happened. And I was like, fuck, man, you're an adrenaline junkie, aren't you? And he's just like, yeah, well, you know. And it's just like, he was just like suspiciously chill about it. So I was like, are you like training to be an astronaut? Like, I don't know what the fuck his goals are. Yeah, just Tom. But yeah, man, like you could probably use roller coasters like that to train for shit like that. Like, I know there are simulations, like when they do planes and they'll fly directly up and directly down, and it simulates the no gravity because the plane's just going like that.
Quick it, yeah.
I'd really like to do that. That would be awesome.
Oh, I 100% want to do a zero gravity fucking simulation. Have you seen how astronauts use stuff? I recently seen some guy apply honey to his fucking bread.
No,
honey bottle upside down, trying to squeeze.
Yeah.
You can even chuck it on the fucking green screen because cunts will enjoy this.
Yeah.
Honey squeezing out the fucking bottle, bro. He's squeezing out.
And
his
bread's
drops,
is it?
Upside down. It's like a little blob.
Yeah.
And then he uses it and like tries to spread and then eats it. It spreads a bit, bro. It's like so like they're just living a different life up there, bro. That was like zero gravity. Like, dude, imagine that.
There's something about their muscles not growing properly, and you have to exercise. Because it's like otherwise the adjustment of the gravity from Earth will fuck you up. And they figured that out, I think, the hard way. One of the launches, astronauts came back and they were just almost decrepit, I guess. And
like their bones would have just like crumbled, bro.
Yeah, and
Like
the longer you're up there,
yeah.
the more you have to train because the worse it's going to be. And they try and balance it out, but I guess that's why an
They don't
astronaut
stay
is
up
such
there
an
too
intense
long.
job. Yeah. And I mean, in some way, if the move to Mars ever happens, everyone's going to have to deal with it, and it's going to literally change human evolution. Because, I mean, people will have to adapt.
Look, people don't want to accept the fact that Earth isn't forever.
No.
And population crash is going to happen. I mean, shit can happen.
It was supposed to end in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 1000s, 2010s, and it's going to end in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. Like, there's always something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, but because technology is increasing even more
rapidly. It's like acting at a fucking catalyst.
Yeah, and because technology is, I guess, evolving much, much more rapidly. Like, think of the jump.
And we act as catalysts. We're like instigators, because without us, technology wouldn't exist.
No.
And it's just us that are just doing advancements in this field and just going.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's why the Black Mirror TV show is so good, because it's just like a re-examination of technology.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
So good. There's an episode as well recently where they go to space.
That's on my list. Haven't seen it yet.
I've only seen two astronauts in space on a space station. Not even probably in the same galaxy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's the one that goes for an hour 20, yeah? Maybe? It doesn't matter what the duration is. I tried that. Did you watch the other episodes?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think I watched the whole season.
Yep.
I watched definitely that one, and then probably the next one after that one.
Do you remember what happened? What it was? Because I've seen half of them. I haven't seen the one you're talking about, and there's it's like these one with nuns, I think.
No, I didn't see the Nun one.
No, I haven't seen that one either, but I've seen all the others.
The Nun 2 came out recently.
I did see about that. Was never interested in the Conjuring franchise, so just...
Conjuring was good. Yeah. Nun was alright. And that was it. They just dipped off.
Yeah. I mean, movies these days... Dude, here's something I haven't told you yet, actually. My mum won tickets to go see the Gran Turismo movie, and I thought it was going to be shit. I went in with fucking
Did you know it was a true story?
I did hear about it before.
True story, rather.
I did hear about it before. I went with my dad. Dude, real good movie. Like, I'm not a motorsport fan. I'm not a sport movie fan. This was a sport movie.
Yeah.
Fucking great. I've really enjoyed it. I watched it sober too. That's how I know I liked it.
And maybe I want to say definitely, but you've played the game?
The Gran Turismo game. So
maybe
Gran Turismo 5 came with my PS3 back in, I want to say 2013 or 2014, and it never clicked with me because I was never a big racing guy.
Same.
Yeah, and this movie surprised me, and I almost like wanted to play the game after watching it. That's how you know it did a good job.
It's a good fucking movie.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend it. It's up there in some of the better biopic movies.
I love movies like these, bro.
Yeah.
Like cinema that captures you,
yeah.
Like you're invested, and you don't care what time it is and how long the movie is going for and how long it's just the moment that's on the screen and you.
Dude, I was pretty much absorbed in watching the Flash movie. Everyone fucking shits on it. It might be my favorite DC movie.
Ignoring the bad CGI?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah.
And there's also, like, I know for a fact, like, the meaningless cameos, like, in the end with, like, all these legacy characters where they CGI in, or like Christopher Reeve and...
What's his name? Nicolas Cage. And they just do, like, digital versions. Like, it didn't have to be there. It made sense for what they were doing, but it was just, hey, look at this. Look at this cool cat. Look at this cool guy.
Yeah.
Hey, you recognize him?
Listen, if you take that out of the movie... It's fine. Like, you don't actually miss out on anything.
It's not a big part of the movie. It's just there.
Yeah, because like you watched it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just confirming. Yeah. So the scene.
Hold on. Fun fact: you know they had to CGI the Flash's ass.
The Flash's ass.
Yeah. Well, to make it bigger.
I actually watched the Corridor Crew video on like the CGI review. Only his head is real. The rest of it is CG for most of the Flash movie. So, like, you see...
The start of the scene on the bridge with Wonder Woman?
Yep. The only thing that's real there for Ezra Miller is his head. Yep. And same where he's, like, saving the babies.
Yeah, it's just his head.
Just his head. Look, I really like the concept and the way they were doing it. I know the CGI was a bit shoddy, but I enjoyed watching it both times. And I was even like enthusiastic enough to tell people about it, and people who were not sold on watching it, I just detailed the whole fucking movie, and I pretty much convinced them, yes, this is worth watching. If I can do that for a movie that everyone says is a piece of shit, then I can spin anything, I reckon. But I really enjoyed it.
It's a good movie.
Look, I think the story is better than the movie, even though people go, oh no, it's not a Flashpoint story. Because like, you know about the Flashpoint animated movies and the comics and everything. They missed out on a great opportunity to have Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the Flashpoint Batman. Everyone on the internet was like trying to fan cast him as that, and it just never happened. That would have been good, but the Flash movie as it was, fucking great. I would happily even watch it again. And even like,
you watched it at cinemas or at home?
No, I watched it at home. I wasn't going to pay for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when I heard the how bad opinions,
it was,
yeah, I was like, no, I'm not going to pay for it.
And I was hyped for this.
It kind of like, so it was in development since before the Flash TV show,
or the producers changed or some shit else.
The CW Flash show. It was going to come out before that show was released. And they aired 9 seasons of that TV show before the movie even came out to cinema. That's how much developmental hell this movie went through. And then for it to just come out the way it did, with people shitting on the whole Supergirl aspect, the Zod stuff,
a lot of people also
CGI.
died Ezra Miller to being the realest Flash.
Yeah, Ezra Miller kind of also fucked himself over by... here's a fun fact. If you were in Hawaii in 2022, you had a higher chance of being attacked by Ezra Miller than you did by a shark. Did you see that? Like, legitimately, the statistics...
I have a feeling I sent you that meme or that picture.
Maybe. Because I know you send me a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Either whether it's like...
Because when I seen that, because I know that fucking fact as well, and I was like, what?
Yeah. It's like, that's
He's gone on a fucking criminal rampage, bro.
Dude, that's not a bender, that's a broker. Like, that's what's happened. Oh, fuck, man. Dude, you brought up Fire Festival before. Is there a second one happening? Because that's what I've heard. Or, like, at least people are trying to organize it or, like, piece it together. And I know how much of a fucking disaster.
If people have seen the shit on the documentary, you'll know the cunt was in jail. He went through shit. The festival was garbage. No proper food. No proper fucking accommodation. People who backed up. It was all like a scam. Fuck.
Yeah, like, and like when you say scam, like, if there was ever an event to define a scam, this is it. 100%.
This is it.
Because like, he even stole money from investors as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just everyone.
Everyone. He started like from some fucking software chains, started organizing this festival, got models, famous models, actresses to promote it.
Yep.
Post videos, pictures on Instagram. And then shit wasn't going through. They fell out. These cunts were just partying every day. They used to go to islands, check out different islands.
Is it called Firefest, the documentary that details all of this?
Fire.
Just Fire?
Fire.
Fire with a Y.
Fire, yeah. F-Y-R-E.
Okay, good. I might actually rewatch it in the coming days. Because
it's a good rewatch if you're unsure. Because these guys go do some fuck shit, bro. And then everyone backpedals. All the models, no one's trying to promote it anymore. And this kind of just like, oh yeah, we already sold the tickets. Blah. Like, this is going to be there. This is going to be there. We've got the venue, blah, blah, blah. People rock up. There's nothing. No proper food. A fucking little styrofoam with a piece of cheese bread.
Didn't they terraform part of an island as well? Is that what?
They wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to, but they couldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, if the second one happens, it's got the stink of the first, so...
It's already got the air.
Yeah. So
even though it's a bad stink, you can smell it.
Yeah. It's almost destined to fail if it happens again, but...
People will still want to go to see what the fuck is this about.
Right? Yeah. So I know of the whole disaster. I know there's a risk to going. I'm still kind of interested enough to almost say, let's go.
Not to the States.
No, well, I mean, also, it's going to be hard for us, obviously. But if we were nearby, let's say the Fire Fest 2 happened in Australia. Let's say there's like, fuck it, they're going to turn Tasmania into Fire Festival 2. That's the venue, a fucking state.
An entire state?
An entire state.
Done.
Done.
Next day. Right. As long as the tickets are reasonable, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. Actually, I saw someone pitched, what did they call it? They wanted to fill in the water between Victoria and Tasmania and just make it a landmass, just reconnect the islands. And then they did the math on how much sand it would take and then how many years. And it's even less likely that would happen than if we were to go to Mars. Like, I'll be fucking honest. However, I'd love to see someone try and then fail miserably. If I can find the video again, I'll show you.
of doing that.
Because someone did like all the math and the calculations, and they presented it very well. And I guess it could have been used as a pitch to the Australian government, but no one wants to reconnect to Tasmania. Let's be real. It's
everyone loves the ferry.
Yeah, yeah. But like Spirit of Tasmania is probably their biggest income. Let's be real.
Yeah, because we're gonna book fucking tickets.
Yeah.
But building fucking constructing shit in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Dubai's done it.
Dubai is a desert.
Next to the ocean, one of the places. Or
is it? I don't know. I've got to brush up on some geography, man.
Fuck me too. Now that he said it threw me off my game. But I know, middle of it is like the desert. There's the ocean. It's not because UAE, like Dubai, it's like on one side of you have one at the end, which is the ocean, because that's where the Palm Jumeirah is. Or Palm Jumeirah?
Not really. No.
It's like how to describe it? It's like a cell. You've got everything there, and there's also places to stay, and people have homes and shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got everything. You've got shopping centers, whatever you need, convenience stores, blah blah blah, and it's on the water. But that was one of the 4 failed projects that happened. The other 3 were extremely unsuccessful. And it's a multi-billion-dollar each.
I mean, we know people.
We know they're bowling.
They've got the money. It's
Holy shit!
That's fine.
This is like, so now if you Google it and you see on the map, there's actually little structures you can see where they try to do this, and it's just a massive fuck up.
Mm-hmm. See, it's moments like these that I wish I had a Jamie to pull something up, because this
would be beautiful. Yeah,
exactly. And there was also another thing I was going to reference. I'm pretty sure it's from
in comparison to these fuck ups, Palm Jumeirah is one of the dream destinations to this day.
Yeah. So
all you see on Instagram, all the good shit, like expensive shit,
it's that. Yeah, if I had a Jamie, they'd pull up this like a I don't know, I don't think it's a mega city. It's something. City. There was something I saw. Someone from the Middle East was building this. I don't know, city where they a train goes straight through everything. I'm not entirely sure. It's like a vertical city. It's something like that. That's why I need to like a researcher or something to like say, oh yeah, this is what you're talking about, and I can actually like read off stuff and make this a coherent program. But for now, it's just sitting around talking shit. But anyway, does that sound familiar? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mega city.
Maybe a vertical city or something. Nah,
unfortunately, I haven't heard of it.
Forget I said anything then. Google it yourself after.
Yeah, if you can.
I don't know. I'll bring it back up again next time we do a recording. I'm like, hey, that thing from last time, yeah, that was it. This is what it actually is. And I'll come back with my thorough research because, as you know, I researched
because that's interesting. If it actually is a vertical fucking city and a train passing through it, as I imagine, or whatever, it's pretty cool.
I don't know if construction has actually started, but I've seen
it's like a concept or in development.
Yeah, like an animated concept. Like if blueprints were animated, that's what I saw. It was like
but this is a natural thing. It's already done.
What
Palm Jumeirah,
the
thing,
right? Yes,
and it's popped off. But the other 2 failed projects that no one knows about, by the same developer, and people have invested. So they've bought the fucking little island because there's one of these projects have little islands you can buy. How fucked is that?
I know exactly where we can hold Firefest 2. Epstein's Island. Why the fuck not? I hear it's vacant. I hear they're looking for buyers.
Hey, we've got free staff in the basement.
Hey. That's exactly right. Like, it's basically, they'd be stupid not to hold Firefest 2 on Little St. James. Like, it'd be dumb, logistically, financially, really. But that documentary, dude, fucking awesome. Like, you think of documentaries from when you're a kid, and you're like, man, that's boring. But it's because you don't have the interest.
Yes, yeah. I always thought documentaries were bullshit. Why would there be a category on Netflix about some shit no one wants to watch about, no one really cares about?
But that's the thing, you just gotta find what you're interested in.
What you're interested in, and good. If you look at Netflix and you see documentaries on weed, there's at least 6.
Is there really? I'll have to take a look. I saw one, Have a Good Trip. It's got all these celebrities talking about psychedelics.
Well, if you just look up the weed and the 420 and cannabis industry and just focusing
like
on mainly
like buzzwords, I guess.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Or the bud words.
Yeah, the bud words. No, but still, I mean, you still get a buzz. I think it counts.
I'm definitely buzzed.
Oh yeah, I know, I can tell.
But if you see, there's so many documentaries, and the other one I watched that I highly recommend, Seaspiracy.
Okay.
If it's still on Netflix, if you're lucky.
I'm sure it would be. I've heard a little bit about this.
This came out a while ago as well.
Yeah. What's the expose on?
It's basically unmasking the fishing industry, because if you see on the shelves, any supermarket, if you head off, you'll see some of we should be buying products would have labels on them that say sustained fishing, or sustained fisheries, or sustained farming. I think they've got like a unified global symbol that they should be putting on them, all these things. And it's like, so the way their industry works, the company should work, is like they should only be using sustainable fishing methods, where releasing catch
literally the definition of sustainability, make sure it's sustained, sustainable.
So you're not overfishing, you're not fucking. So what people do globally is they just throw massive nets, catch whatever they want.
Mr. Burns did that in The Simpsons as a joke once. You had like this recycling plant with, like, you remember the beer bottles where you can lick and it's the thing, and you got Barney Gumble, and the thing is like, hey, stop fucking licking the windows. He's showing it to Lisa Simpson, and she's like, wow, this is great. They go to the back, he reaches out this net. It's like, this net clears 10% of the ocean. And she's like, oh my god, you're a monster. And it's like, no, I'm a capitalist, or something like that. And you don't pick up on it when you're a kid, but like,
as you're a fucking grown-up, bro.
Yeah, it's fucking funny, because it's like, this is the cartoonish version, like, this is the cartoon version of what evil's supposed to be. It's funny, but also now it's not even a parody, it's just straight up real.
And Simpsons predicted everything, let's be honest.
It's because the creator's a time traveler. I've got that saved in my notes with like proper research. I won't get further into that, but
for next time we bookmark that, because I'm interested in this shit, bro.
100% he's a time traveler. Matt Groening, or Groening, however you say it. He doesn't even know how to say it. This is a joke in the Simpsons game. Seaspiracy. Tell me more.
Yeah, so these guys, so whatever they catch, they get everything on the trawler.
Yeah.
Keep whatever they want and just kill the rest. Yeah. So we're actually overfishing our oceans. So this kind goes to investigate what's happening with our fishing industries.
All profit.
Yeah. And so they go to these guys go on and they're basically undercover. They go, can't remember the place it was fucking filmed at, but you'll have to fucking check it out later. You can just go watch the documentary. Yep. I want to say Hong Kong. I may be completely wrong, but let's get over that. There's a
dolphin. Can't go wrong with Hong Kong. Carry on.
You can, you could. There's a place that does this illegal fishing of dolphins, where they herd the dolphins somehow, or the dolphins come to this particular fucking like enclosure of water. Imagine like Lockhart Gorge, where near the ocean road, we feel like the little inlet that's surrounded by mountains, but this one's a bit smaller. But so the dolphins come a bit inward towards the land, and cunts go a bit in knee deep water and just keep killing dolphins. What the fuck?
See,
but this cunt goes to investigate.
Need I remind you that, give or take, 45 minutes ago, we were like, yeah, fuck dolphins. And we've come completely around. And we're just like, nah, man, they're great. They're like, no, fuck them, they're stupid, they're dumb. I mean, they're smart, but but like, they sleep with one eye open. Yeah. And that's a really good loop there. Yeah, dude, actually, they have to taste really good.
Surely. I don't know, never tried it.
Neither. But from an outsider perspective, if you're fishing...
I'm assuming nice, juicy, and fatty, bro. Yeah. Let's be honest. If you fry it with a nice sear... spicing it up, some spices, Portuguese spices. Oh.
I'd almost be disappointed if it was anything like lower than really good. Yeah, because it's like, then what the fuck is the point? Like, it has to be a good meat, right?
That are killing for it.
Yeah, and like probably whale meat too, right? Because whaling's big.
Cunts start, like, if you want to show off, they say like, oh, I've eaten whale meat at this place.
Yeah, because it's like it's rare because they're fucking endangered, because the Japanese keep whaling. Yeah. Oh fuck! I don't know. I keep burping on the podcast, and I'm trying to stop it, but it just keeps happening. So if it happens, just excuse it.
You're excused. That's all right.
Good. Thank you.
The whaling, blue whale. There's like a joke not a joke. There's a bit in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think, in the show, where he goes, or one of the bad guys goes like, oh, he's in handcuffs, and he's like, oh, have you ever eaten whale meat before? And he's like, no. It's like,
Was it the cannibal dude, the one that kind of looks like Bill Cosby?
He does look like Bill Cosby, isn't he?
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
I didn't fucking get that connection, but he does.
He like, even just a little bit. Like it's not just because he's black, but like even everything else about him, like almost like the crackhead energy type too.
Did you see the real? I don't know if I've sent you this. It's like, what do you do? What do you do when a shorty with a fat ass walks by, and there's a video of Bill Cosby walking out with the lawyers, and he just goes like.
No, I haven't seen. I don't know. I don't remember.
Bro, that video is hilarious. He just like leans back and there's a side take. Fuck knows what he was looking at because he does it for both sides.
Honestly, that was better than the video. Like, or just like trying to tell me about the video. To be honest, but that's great. Actually, I saw a clip of the I think it might have been the Cosby Show, and he's bragging about drugging everyone in the show. Like, it's part of the plot. His character makes this lasagna, I think, that makes everyone all lovey-dovey and shit. He's like, hey, go on, look at that. And I bet you Bill Cosby was like, man, this is really
comedy gold.
Yeah, like, this is comedy gold, but, like, it's almost like if you were a serial killer and you killed someone in the alleyway next to a police station. Like, it's balls is what it is. Respect to Bill Cosby for balls. But it's kind of...
But what he did was shit ass.
Oh,
that's a different question.
Yeah, for sure.
But respect for the balls, yeah.
Respect for the balls. Absolutely.
Respect. My poor dog has no balls. When he was young, he used to roll over his back and I used to like flick his nuts. There's nothing there anymore. It's just a shaft.
Don't know why you shared that, but thank you.
I just thought of like his balls.
You're like, whatever thought comes to mind.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, man. There was not a conspiratorial documentary, just a regular documentary. I started to tell you about it before. Free Solo. It's a rock climbing one. And this dude, Alex Honnold, I'm pretty sure I'm saying his surname right. He's a mate of Rogan.
Alex Honnold?
Honnold, Honnold, if that's correct.
Okay.
His entire life is rock climbing. Like, that is his passion, his dedication, everything. Like, he makes money from athletic sponsorships for rock climbing. And he just, like, basically camps out. He just trains rock climbing. He goes with people. Even his dating life, he only dates, like, other rock climbers.
Really?
Like, literally, it's all about the climb. So he sees, what's it called? Yosemite something. But the biggest cliff face in the world, and it's very common for climbers to do it and for them to die on it while they're harnessed in. And he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go do it without a harness. He's gonna go free solo. He climbs the whole thing. It takes not when I say a full day, like a full daylight cycle essentially. So you have to go early in the morning, otherwise when you're climbing it's just gonna be dark. You won't be able to see what you're going.
Say, bro?
He climbs with a camera crew. There are people next to him
with
climbing
harnesses.
with harnesses, but they've got the full cameras. They're doing what he's doing, harnessed in with camera gear. Like, almost more respect to them. And the actual video, it's like, you know he's going to make it because it was in 2018 and he's still alive and he had another Rogan appearance.
Yeah. I hope when that happens, spoils the suspense.
Yeah. But, like, it wasn't if he's going to make it. It was more about
I want to see some guy actually fall to the depth halfway through.
Part of the
That's
training...
what keeps me interesting. If I know you're going to live, fuck that, I know you live.
So they do dramatize it by having bits and pieces of his life throughout the climb while he's like practicing and training. One of his girlfriends fucking dropped him when he fell and he injured his back, and it was possible that he was going to get paralyzed. And this was while he was training to accomplish his dream. This dream was so big that National Geographic fucking picked up on it. They don't care about... Oh, they do care a little bit about people. They care about animals. For them to pick up a story about a person is not unheard of, but you have to be doing something major and special. And no one had done this before. This dude climbs it. I think he was in his late 20s as well. Maybe 30s. I'm not sure. But he was a young dude. And even experienced climbers were like, absolutely not. The risk is way too high. There's a moment where he's, I don't want to say kilometers, but hundreds and hundreds of meters up in the air. And he's got two options. And one of the options is to fucking jump from one rock face to the other. And if he fucks up, anything, any small mistake, death. It's as quick as that.
What's option 2?
Option 2 is like a specific safety, not safety hold, a specific method that's much safer, but
to like maneuver around.
And they go into details about like the types of grips and holds. There's one point in this, instead of jumping, where he has to hold onto a rock with one finger and shift his weight across, and then like basically hold the rest of his hand while the one finger like anchors itself on this tiny fucking rock. Like, even if
how
you
high
know
is he?
Well,
how high is he? Like
hundreds and hundreds, like maybe even a kilometer in the air. Like it's massive. Like, you have to be so far away to even get a shot of the mountain.
Balls on these guys, bro. Fuck,
dude. Mad respect. It almost rejuvenated my interest in rock climbing again. Like, I saw that when I was like going to like indoor rock climbing gyms.
You used to go, because I know you used to go to fucking rock climbing.
Yeah, but I'm nowhere near fit enough to be doing shit like that, because that's
it's a mistake on that, bro.
Yeah,
you're not stupid either.
But I am gonna go. Like, I've never been outdoor.
You gotta
rock
train.
Climbing. So yeah, never been outdoor, but
it's a different game.
It is. That's how I know it is.
It's a different game.
So have you been outdoor rock climbing?
I've been rock climbing with a harness.
Yep.
And I've been rappelling with the harness. Well, you have to rappel with the harness, but
yep.
Yeah, I've done it.
See,
this was back in India. It was like in nature. We were in the forest, and there's like a waterfall, and then we've got a beautiful place, bro. There was like this artificial, natural lagoon, still water in the middle of the fucking place.
Yep.
And it was like elevated. We hiked up ages, and then we reached the pool, and then we hiked some more for the fucking rock climbing rappelling place.
That's
beautiful,
what you want.
Beautiful place, bro.
Dude, there are indoor rock climbing gyms in the city where it's just a big fuck off window, so as you're climbing you can see the city landscape. Yeah, so you know the place. Yeah. I think the outdoor place that I'm going to go to is in the Yuyangs, just a bit west.
Yeah.
I mean, when that happens, I'm absolutely going to talk about it, because that's something I'm excited to do. But yeah, this guy, he fucking makes the climb. Great. Well done. A couple years later, some kid who's 19 years old just does it as well. And just like not undercuts the achievement, but no one else had done it before. And a dude who was younger and fitter does it in a faster time, and he does it better without a camera crew. I mean, just like, what the fuck? So, don't know who that guy is, but Free Solo, Disney Plus. It's a National Geographic documentary.
Oh, very good. They've got good stuff.
Yes.
They always put out good stuff.
Highly recommended. Maybe smoke before and watch it, and you
Definitely.
just get absorbed and watch it. It's very good.
Oh, I just picked up some good stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to be on the couch, having some popcorn, watching some documentaries.
Yeah. Yeah, without getting explicit. Yeah. Dude, yeah, like, I can't believe I didn't really give documentaries a chance as a kid.
Me neither.
It's like an untapped form of entertainment.
Yeah, and knowledge at the same time.
Exactly, that's the best
That's
part
the best
about
part. No one realizes.
Dude, there are some documentaries that are better than teachers' entire careers.
Oh, yeah.
1 hour better than 40 years.
Or fucking your miserable wife making my life fucking miserable.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't really hold any malice against any teachers. Like, you don't even realize it until after you leave school that they were people as well.
Yeah.
And
but this bitch smacked me for no reason. I would have fucking
backed up. Yeah, in that case, then fucking...
I squared up and she backed off real quick.
Yeah. Well, how old were you, for starters?
I was in year 9.
Yeah, okay. You're going to back off if a year 9 squares up to you, especially back then. Because, like...
and keep in mind, I was a big boy for a 14-year-old.
I remember. Yeah. You're like, 13, but in your 30s.
No, that was 15. In my 30s.
15 in your 30s, yeah. No, dude. In terms of entertainment, like, streaming services pairing up documentaries, like, stand-up, fucking TV shows are shit nowadays, so you have to go to, like, factual entertainment.
Some of them, if you're lucky, you'll come across a good one.
Yeah. Documentary or TV show?
TV show. That's why, because they're pretty shit. It's same with documentaries. You got to search. You got to go to the category you're looking for. Like I said earlier, there's like 4 or 6 ones on weird. Read the description. See the one that you're interested in, because they all touch on different stuff and go about the different way. Because it's quite a widely arranged one. You go in there fucking political side, want to go into like how it's made, all that.
I mean, you could find YouTube videos like that are a lot more digestible because they're shorter.
They're shorter, exactly.
Documentaries, the good ones, seem to have better budgets, better researchers, and it's almost
they get more knowledgeable people.
Yeah, like experts rather than just researchers.
Yeah.
So I would, if there was a choice between a documentary and a YouTube video on the same thing, it would really depend how interested I am in it, and then it would depend on how much time have I got. Yeah. So
depends how I fucking recently come across YouTube videos that go on for like 3.5 hours, bro. I was like, well, come.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, who's putting out these massive videos and who's watching them?
Okay, so did you ever watch Doctor Who growing up?
No.
Okay, so the biggest British television TV show. It's been going on for 60 years.
Yeah.
One of the newer seasons,
the only reason I know that is because once you gave me shit for not watching Doctor Who.
Oh. So there was a YouTuber who did a 5-hour, 45-minute review of the newest season and how shit it was. And it was breaking down, like, almost scientifically why it was bad, how it was bad, everything. It was probably the most coherent... Detail on everything. The most coherent video essay I've ever seen. And worth every hour. And that was...
And you see the views on these, they're big.
Yeah, this had millions of views.
Yeah. People watch them.
Yeah, they do. And if they don't watch them, they'll have them on a second monitor and they'll have it on the background while they do something else. Like, that's an entire untapped potential of YouTube. Like, if you know that's your audience, you can cater content specifically for it and specifically do that and thrive much more if you were trying to, like, spread out and do too many different things. Like, it's like, that's the power of a niche. Really.
I've noticed, like, if you detail it a bit more, people kind of, like,
they
understand what they... If they're working in the background, they appreciate it and they're getting a visual idea of what's happening.
Yeah.
Even if their one eye is like occasionally they're like flickering back and forth, but their
because it's even like
ears are on the TV or the YouTube video.
With audio as well, like if the primary input for the video is them talking about stuff, you don't need to see them talking about it. If they're talking to a camera, it's fine. You can just listen.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So there's a YouTuber who does I guess like drama videos on all our comedians and their podcasts and completely covers everything. So, did you hear about, we're going to talk about my favorite comedian, Bert Kreischer's most recent drama. Apparently he had a go.
Recent drama? Ooh, yeah. This is interesting. I have not heard of this.
Good. So he got into a fight with another comedian called Joe List. Have you heard of him?
No.
So
Joe List?
Joe List. No. So they were both at a party and Bert flipped his fucking shit because he ordered sushi for everyone. Joe List was like, oh, I don't like sushi. I'm going to get pizzas. And I'm going to get a couple more because, options. And they got into like a fucking screaming match. And
wait, whose place was this party?
This was at, I don't want to say Mark Norman's bachelor party, but I'm pretty sure.
Oh, this makes it interesting.
Yeah, because the comedians are mates with each other. So there's like fucking 12 names in this story. Ari Shafir, he retold, like, the only reason I found out about it is because he guested on Two Bears and Bert wasn't the other co-host, so I'm going to listen to it because he was with Segura.
Is that who the fucking co-host was? I knew Bert's not there. I've heard stuff of like, it's so nice when Bert's not there.
He was guessing. So what they do with Two Bears, Two Bears, One Cave. It's Segura and Kreischer's, but occasionally when one of them can't do it, they'll have a guest bear in and it will be like a one-on-one. Whenever Bert has a guest, I'm like, fuck, I'll watch it for the guest if they're interesting, but I don't like to listen to Bert. When it's Segura and Bert, I'll usually skip it and watch the YouTube drama guy who like cover anything because he's really on the path of Bert is fucking delusional. He keeps talking about how buff he is and he's just getting fatter. It's generally it's like photographic proof.
And he's getting like red and like visibly
like health concerns fat. Like, there's going to be another intervention. It's September. Sober October this year is going to be fucking awesome. Because Joe Rogan's going to step in and be like, get your shit together or I will kill you. And Sober October is always good.
It's always fun.
So, yeah, this party, like, Joe List and Burt Kreischer just got into like a fucking screaming match, and they just like won't talk to each other. And then Mark Norman became the middleman, and they're just like both bitching about the other one to him, and he's sitting there in the middle going, comedy. And they don't know, like, detail, like, he didn't know that it wasn't public. He let something slip on a podcast with Theo Von, and then some more details came out, and then there's other people sharing their sides of the story, and they're still not talking to each other, I think. I don't know. But also, there's the lens of we're only seeing what's being produced. It could be exaggerated because comedians never lie, as you know. It's everything they say is 100% true. Every fucking time.
Oh no. So if they lie, there's like a laser that shoots them headshots straight away.
Yeah, straight up. So the drama itself could be exaggerated, but from my understanding, if enough people have the same details of Bert losing his shit, like, even then, even in the clips, I'll show you some after, he, like, when he gets caught in a lie, he immediately backtracks and, like, tries to cover his own ass, and they're laughing, like, nah, we know the truth, you can't lie if we know, and he's like, alright, maybe I exaggerate a little bit, and you actually see him backpedal on his shit, and Bert never self-corrects, like, he's probably the antichrist of self-correction. If he's doing it, it's bad. So that's a big fucking drama. I forget completely why I brought it up. No, I know why, because of the YouTubers doing like drama expose videos. So it's a lot easier to digest stories like that by watching YouTubers who break it down and make other people's lives their content. Great stuff. Yeah. But it's second monitor content because you can just listen to it. Especially, yeah. If it's just like...
If it's there.
Podcast drama. That being said, though, love to be a part of some someday. If there was another guy, like, doing YouTube exposés on shit that happens on this podcast, I'd be fucking wrapped. I'd have the guy on the podcast, to be completely honest, just to talk directly to him.
100%.
Yeah? Like,
and
that's
then he would do a review of himself.
Yeah. How fucking funny would that be? That would be great. Yeah, my content brain is like fucking spinning now. Like, there are no players in the game, but I'm just like making them up and inserting them into this like fake situation as I go.
You play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Because it is a game at the end of the day. Yeah. Speaking of games, dude, Last of Us 2, fucking great. Like, it took ages to beat.
But, you want to know something?
Yeah.
One of our mutual mates, Des, started Last of Us ages ago.
Before me?
Yeah.
Way
before, years.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well then, years.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know about the major parts?
He's still in...
Keep in mind spoilers, because like Daz is one of the few people that regularly listens to it, and I know for a fact, Daz, because he's listening now, he'll go... He'll turn it off if you like drop any spoiler.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Keep listening.
I'll know what you mean if you put in sneaky shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in like, you know, where you thought that's most of the game.
Yep.
Right at the front.
Yep.
He's still there.
Really?
Yes. Maybe a bit further now, but
he's got a long ride ahead.
Oh my god! But how good is that fucking game?
It is good. It is worth saying. Like,
it plays it plays with your heart and your head.
I think, yeah, definitely. The harsh criticisms that it got when it was being released, like even before it was released, people were ready to hate it because they thought one of the characters was trans, and they just immediately jumped on the hate train.
I know what you're talking about.
And they just like immediately like, oh no, this is like woke propaganda, and then it just like wasn't true. And they're just like, it was. And even certain creative decisions with particular characters and how their stories play out, people were like, no, this happened, I quit the game, that's it. You know what I'm talking about as well. I think it makes it better. Like, the very fact that there are...
It does.
Like, not...
Because it's like, where are we going to go now?
It's like, yeah. It's like, what writers
like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I thought the game was something else, and what's going to happen now?
Exactly. I thought that was the halfway point, and it wasn't even close. And it was just like, holy shit. And it's just more and more and more. There was a certain point, I think, a little bit after the halfway point, where I couldn't really stay awake. And it was like a very slow, sloggy part of the game, and I couldn't really go an hour without just passing out. But once I got past that, and it just picked up again. I was like fucking back in, like having 4-hour sessions.
Yeah, because
You just
from
have to
that
just keep
bit,
going.
and it slows down that bit exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, you just it's.
I hope this is
it's
people can follow this as well.
Yeah, because it's a story build up for that character that we're just introduced to.
Yeah.
So you need so what the game wants to do with you, it needs to play with your heart. You need to build a connection to this character in order to follow and feel and.
At the end of the day, it's a story game, and a story is a narrative, and for a narrative to work, you have to be invested.
Exactly.
And that applies to everything: books, movies, TV shows, games, any sort of art form that has storytelling. If you're invested in it, it makes it that much better. That it's just
the flashbacks is just a bonus.
Yeah. Exactly.
And when it connects, it fucking delivers.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. Dude, I heard that the next season of the TV show is not going to be...
Split into 2 seasons as well?
At least 2 seasons. And that makes complete sense. I'd be happy with that. Yeah. That'd be fine. Especially because of... I mean, it's not really a time jump between the first and the second game. They're going to have to do a time jump for the first and second season of the TV show. But if they're splitting the second game into multiple seasons, I don't know how they're going to compensate for...
It'll be too harsh on them as well, because the story's complete in the game too, but the seasons, they're like, it's dragging on. So it's like, how far could you go pushing it, like, more seasons?
Yeah, and
especially what they did with the season 1, how they wrapped it up. It was what, 8 episodes?
Yeah, it was 8 episodes.
Wrapped it up. They had a few like jumps and shit, but we got the main story. We got the feeling. It was a good show, great show.
So my dad, I think he played the game first, I think, and preferred it. And then even when he played the game a second time, he preferred playing it the first time. I don't know. I'm not really entirely sure why, but he was. He enjoyed the discovery element of it more than playing through, because he's not a gamer. He grew up with games, but then he grew out of it and then came back literally decades later. And then you get that shock of that technology leap. Like imagine growing up in the 80s with that technology. Oh. And then you time skip to the technology that you've got now. And it is like that difference of holy shit, it's like another world. That's sort of what it was like.
It is. People don't realize, but technology's become almost like a drug.
Definitely.
People are...
No, even on a chemical level,
almost,
actually.
Bro. Dude, it's always listening to some cool shit where it's like, it's like almost ingrained in us. Like, we want to check our phone, we want to see the notifications, we want to keep refreshing.
It's the dopamine. Dude, that's another really good documentary. Social Dilemma.
Yeah. It keeps you engaged for as long as possible. Retained.
From that documentary, I learned that the colors of Facebook are designed to keep you awake. And active. Like that blue and white combination is meant to keep your brain activity going so that you keep scrolling and you keep looking. And I tell people that whenever I remember it now. Like that's one of my go-to facts. Because everyone...
That documentary is so good. It was like mind-blowing.
Dude, I heard about it like on Rogan multiple times as well. That's how you know it was good. Because if he likes it and he's bringing it up and telling everyone, biggest platform in the world, come on. Also, maybe not the biggest one-time platform, biggest consistent platform in the world, and that's what $200 million gets you. Yeah,
that's a good deal.
Very good deal. Very fucking good deal.
One can wage the bet on him on a fucking rock paper scissors.
Yes, and he was like, "I'll do 1 week programming on the show."
1 week.
Yeah, a week? Oh, that's right, a week. And Rogan was like, no,
you have nothing. It doesn't exist.
That was actually like one of the first times I saw Rogan, like not get aggressive, but like he shifted energy in that conversation. Instant. And he's like, no, I'm not playing. Like, absolutely not. No. And the dude was like I don't know if he was a degenerate gambler, but I know he had a reputation for...
Did he?
I'm pretty sure. Like, because like that's even why he did a bet in the first place. Like, people who love gambling...
only bet for stakes. Only play for stakes.
Yes, that's it.
Only play for stakes.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, then that's it. I'm not playing. And you know what? Fair play to Rogan. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine if that actually pulled through and it was just a week of disaster.
That's what he said as well. He's like, what if you just bring in a rando weirdo?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not feeling it. You just wanted me to force a conversation for an hour?
Dude, it's not even 1 hour. Rogan records for multiple hours at a time.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not a
Post
day
Malone, 3.5 or some shit.
No,
Or
dude, that was like 5 hours.
5.5.
It's 5 hours.
Yeah, they want
Yeah.
mushrooms. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
5 hours.
Oh, no. There's a new Post Malone.
I gotta see that. I know.
That's the one I was talking about. That's 5 hours.
The earlier one
Three
was
and a
like
half was
three
the
and a half?
mushroom one.
That's it.
Yep, I watched that during one of the COVIDs. I don't remember which, but yeah, that was a.
Tom just posted a picture on Instagram with an ashtray and like fucking 30 cigarette butts. And it's like Post Malone was here. You know it's gonna be good.
Yeah, dude. Nah, Post is cool. Post is a cool dude. Like I
love him.
I don't really listen to his music, but I'll listen to when he talks on a podcast. Like if I see it
Chill
there,
ass
it's
bloke.
because he's an
I've
interesting
seen
guy.
him live.
You've seen him live?
Yeah, in Melbourne.
Shit.
I flew to India for a wedding.
Yeah.
For one of the weddings I was the best man for, the first one.
Yeah.
I think it was March, and he performed in April. Feb, before my birthday, and he performed in March, and it was like my festival fairway. So I flew back from India and came to Melbourne. I think the next day was his festival. He was performing. Stony.
Perfect.
Smoked the joint, fucking Billy.
Yep.
My mate drove me, went to the fucking thing. You could just smell bud in there. It was amazing.
Because that's his
that's his vibe. That's his fucking fan base.
It's the vibe, it's the fan base, it's the audience.
He did a shoe as well. Sick cunt.
Yep. Dude, Australian crowds keep forcing foreign artists to do shoeys. It's brilliant. So funny. Dude, actually,
some cunts don't want to pour it in their fucking shoe.
Yeah. Fuck, what's the Bert actually got an illness from doing too many shoeys when he came to Australia.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was...
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he got something bad with his stomach, and
his immune system is that bad?
It must be. Because also he was going out buying new pairs of shoes. I'm sure this is true and not completely made up in my head, but he was going out buying shoes so that he'd have a fresh shoe to do a shoey out of, and it was still fuck him up. And I think I heard about that from Mark Norman. I'm not 100%. But, man, Australians and their shoeys, I don't get the appeal. I've never done it. I've been at parties when people do it, and it's always
I've never done it for mine.
Nah, it's
someone
almost...
else's is a maybe. Depends how fucked I am.
Yeah.
But never for mine. Fuck that. I value my shit so much.
Nah, I don't know. Shoeys are just... they're just not on. It's like, I get it's the culture, but, like, fucking...
I wish we had a better culture.
Yeah, better. Not even better. Slight adjustments, like slight fixing. Like keep the anti-authoritarian part of the Australian culture. If you're in charge,
just tweak it a bit.
Yeah, just tweak it a little bit. Exactly.
Tweak it. We'll all be much happier. Tweak it. We're a continent after all. Who gives a fuck?
Technically, yeah.
Not technically,
island.
Literally.
Yeah.
We're the continent. Who gives a fuck? We're the rest away from
biggest.
The rest of the world.
I was gonna say technically the biggest island in the world.
Oh.
I think
island?
So because Australia's an island.
Yeah,
more or less. Yeah, well, no, more than more or less. It's a fucking island. It's surrounded by water.
Or to be honest, you could consider the mainland an island, though. Entire Europe, the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, true. But there's no one else in the continent of Australia.
Yeah,
therefore, island. Yeah, we're I was gonna say we're island boys, but no, no, they're fucked. They're just. I'm not even gonna get into them. I don't fucking care. They're just doing stupid shit.
We don't care.
They ran out of money, so they started doing dumb shit. But not our concern. Have we covered everything we intended to? Because sometimes we just leave shit behind, and we're like, fuck.
You told me to remind you something about American Psycho and someone else.
Justin Trudeau. Yep, I'll cover that now. Pretty much. Yeah. That means I got to wrap up the podcast. Any final word? Anything?
I think I've said a lot. People need to fucking got a good ear beating from me today. I reckon.
Yeah.
Dropped the decent knowledge.
Yeah. You guys go watch some fucking documentaries.
Yeah, go watch some documentaries. Get some knowledge yourself.
Find
something what you're interested in. Watch it. Give it a shot.
Start with that, and then even if you're not warmed up,
I guarantee there's something for everyone. I truly believe that. There's something for everyone. If you're like really interested in something, you'll find it. You'll see it. You'll love it. You'll know what I'm talking about.
Literally, animals, nature, activities.
Because everyone
industries.
has a passion.
Yeah.
Everyone has a hobby. Everyone has an interest. If not, you'd be boring as fuck. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, it's like that analogy. Wouldn't you like everyone in the world to be just like you? Absolutely not. No.
How boring would that be?
No, but statistically, because there are so many people, technically, there are millions of people just like you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's good. That's enough.
But
I think.
again, you can pick up a new fucking passion, new hobby, find something you're inclined to, get into it. You'll find out it's way more interesting than you think.
For sure. Do what you love and love what you do. Otherwise,
Exactly.
you're just going to work until you die, and then you just don't live a fulfilling life.
That's all I had to say.
Good. Well, in that case then, that's it. The podcast is done. Go home. You got better things to do. So, the episode isn't actually over just yet. If you're listening on audio platforms, you're in for a treat. I'm going to start playing music at the end of the podcast, whether it's a track that I like, something I recommend, or even something that's requested. Put the requests in the YouTube version, head over to the audio version if that's what you prefer. I know podcasts are a second monitor medium, or even if you're like on public transport, in the car, anything like that. So I know I like listening to music. I like it a lot. And I want to, like, I guess, share that more, make it more of a part of the podcast. It's really hard to do for the YouTube version. But audio, I think I'm safe. This will be an experiment to find out. And I'm sure, as you've guessed by the episode title, that is going to be the track. So, without further ado, let's listen to some AC/DC. Just did a quick Google search. Can't do it. So, bad luck. I'm keeping the message in. Play the outro.